Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a group of Eastern Kentucky quilters used their talents to raise money for flood relief efforts in a creative way. And a group of volunteers from North Carolina set up in one Eastern Kentucky community to offer a sense of hope to those impacted by flooding.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Chas Gayhart. It is 5:35 on Monday, April 17th. Let's go back over and check in with Brandon again. Brandon, where is this month going?
Listen, it's flying by, that's for sure.
I know.
I mean, it's going to be May before you know it.
Yep.
Exactly. All right, this morning, though, it's on the quieter side. We take a look at Pikeville, US 119, US 23. Not too bad over there, but on the cool side there this morning, so be aware of that. A little light traffic over there at the intersection this morning. We're going to continue to see the possibility for, again, a little bit of cooler temperatures out there. Clintwood, Wise, Jonesville, and Jacksboro, all in the 30s this morning, upper 30s, but in the 30s. Ashland and Monticello, the warmest in the region at 49. So, again, a lot of low to mid 40s out there locally, state and region wide. 46 Cincinnati, Lexington, and Somerset, 47 Louisville, 50 Paducah, 48 Nashville, 45 in Knoxville, 39 in the Tri-Cities. Breakfast forecast, if you're getting up and getting moving soon, you're going to be seeing again some temperatures in those 40s out there, low to mid 40s, maybe some upper 40s in spots, but for the most part, I do think we'll see the sunshine start to pop out by 7 o'clock today, and we do have, because of some gusty winds, an increased risk for fires today. So I know we have that spring forest fire ban from basically 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., but I wouldn't burn it all today, especially until the wind dies down, or especially until after 6 o'clock. But again, just kind of use your best judgment on that. Chas?
Thanks, Brandon. Well, in the last 8 months, musicians and artists have used their skills to help in flood relief efforts. And now Eastern Kentucky crafters are joining in, using their art to help stitch communities back together. WYMT's Alyssa Williams has more.
Quilter Nicole Musgrave says the art of quilting is woven into Appalachian history.
This is just a long tradition of using craft and art as community care and as fundraising, and so it's definitely not something new by a long stretch.
When Musgrave's quilting workshops were postponed by the flood, collaborating with other quilters on a flood relief project felt like a better course of action.
And we decided instead of doing a course where everyone made their own little quilt, we decided to make a community quilt and then raffle that off so that we could raise money to give to EKY Mutual Aid, and that's been an organization in our area that's really helped a lot of folks out, but especially flood survivors.
33 quilters across 6 eastern Kentucky counties had a hand in creating the community quilt being raffled off.
It's been a really meaningful project and also a really fun project, and I think healing in a lot of ways too, because I think so many of us, came from the counties that were affected by the flood, and even if we weren't flooded out ourselves, were, affected in helping neighbors or in different ways.
Helping to sew the region together in the best way they know how.
To me, it just meant the world. It's such an Appalachian skill to pass on, and it just, it stitches us together. We're all stitched together, and it's so literal and so figurative and beautiful all at once.
In Letcher County, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Those involved with the raffle are aiming to hit a fundraising goal of $1,500 once it ends at midnight. To learn how you can get involved in the raffle, you can visit our website at WYMT.com. And in the last several months, we have heard countless stories of people traveling from beyond the mountains to help those impacted by the flood. And on Saturday, a few volunteers from North Carolina set up in Jenkins to continue offering their support. Through the Flood of Hope Spring Festival, volunteers aim to bring the Jenkins community together and to offer a sense of hope to those who have endured so much. Volunteers played gospel music, made food, and even offered inflatables for kids, with hopes of showing people they still have support in the months following the flood.
To come in and see that people are still struggling and that houses are still not livable, it breaks your heart, and so that's part of our goal, is to be able to say, hey, we're still here to help. We care about you, we love you, and we want you to know that we are still willing to help, and there are still people out there that are willing to help.
Several of the volunteers at the festival have been volunteering on the front lines since the flood happened. Festival volunteer Josh Dehart said he and the other volunteers have plans to continue helping the area as long as they're able to. River cleanups took place across Letcher County this past weekend. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox details how volunteers gathered in one small town to pick up flood debris.
Mud has been pushed out of roads as Neon is rebuilding. The recovery process has been long and hard.
Well, we're quite a ways from where we want to be, but it's a slow process, you know. But cleanups like we have today and get our buildings fixed back.
Dozens gathered, from teenagers to adults, to take part in a river cleanup. They split up into groups and spread out through town fishing debris out of creeks. I'm
really proud of the people in town. They've done excellent getting businesses and churches and everything back up and running. This flood was just a lot worse than the ones we've ever had before.
Some of the volunteers are still coming from out of state.
I have people contact me every day and say, hey, can I do this or I do that? Even a lot of people away from here are still calling, wanting to come in and help out.
Months after the flood, people are still getting their water boots on and picking up debris. In Neon, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
A river sweep was also held in Jenkins. Another one was scheduled in Whitesburg, but it was postponed because of heavy rain. And the City of London is now a bit cleaner thanks to the work of about 75 volunteers. There are just a couple of the photos posted on the city's Facebook page from its cleanup event on Saturday morning. The city holds the event every spring. The volunteers met at Linden Laurel Farmers Market at 9 a.m. and were given gloves, high visibility vests, and tools to pick up litter in the areas downtown. Each volunteer received a voucher for lunch at a local restaurant for their hard work. Another season of Invest 606 competitions is finished, and 3 Eastern Kentucky businesses took home awards for their work in the region. Invest 606 gives small businesses the opportunity to expand, something founder Jeff Marietta shows living in the region is becoming better and better.
You know, the secret is out that the quality of life, the schools, the people, the community in rural areas, especially Eastern Kentucky, is just a better place to live. And, you know, especially now that you've seen the growth of restaurants, of other amenities.
The 3 businesses taking home awards this year were the Flower Lady, Queen City Streams, and Annie's Frugal Finery. Just ahead this morning, a couple of American musicians are a part of the lineup for a big show across the pond that's meant to be fit for a king.
And a warming trend is underway for the next few days here at home, but some rain chances later this week could take us back a few notches. I'll have the latest in about 3 minutes.